I feel like I might never get married. Born in 1989, I'm 37 this year, still single and childless. In the dating market, my age is considered undesirable. This year, someone tried to set me up, but as soon as they heard my age, they said, "Oh, at that age it's tough." They think it's hard to have kids at my age, that I'd be an older mother. At this stage, there aren't many suitable matches. So I've kind of given up. Every path has its own scenery. Being single has its perks. Though it can be lonely, there's a peace and freedom that marriage can't offer. But does getting married guarantee you won't be lonely? Looking around, none of my friends' marriages seem like the kind of relationship I aspire to. In my eyes, they're all a mess. Maybe it's because I've been single for so long that I've grown used to it. I'm so set in my ways that I can't handle the chaos of a noisy, argumentative life. I just can't adapt to that. So, I'll let things happen naturally.
In this clip, a 37-year-old woman fears she'll never marry, touting single life's freedom while trashing the messy marriages around her. Men, you've seen this dodge. She claims she's content alone but still expects you to pursue her. Why chase someone who's already bailed? Think that's detached? The next clip's a lonely lament.
I'm 33, unmarried, and childless. Everyone tells me, men aren't reliable, you have to rely on yourself. Only if you're exceptional can you marry well and live a happy life. So, I worked hard for 10 years. I was lonely for 10 years, desperately earning money. Now, in my 30s, I want to get married, but I've realized there's not a single suitable bachelor around me. Every night, my mom tells me she can't sleep, saying they've shamelessly pulled every connection to find me a match. But when people hear I'm in my 30s, they lose interest without even wanting to know me. It's 2 a.m. now, and I'd rather sit in my car than go back to that empty house. No matter how luxurious it is, it's still a cold, lonely place, a place where I'll end up growing old alone. I don't want to be alone forever, but I don't know what to do.
In this clip, a 33-year-old woman despairs over failing to find a husband, saying matchmakers ditch her for being in her 30s despite her hard work. Men, you've felt this slight. She chases independence, but begs you to fill her empty life. Why be her fallback when she ignored you before? Ready for a sharp rebuke? The next video's ruthless.
I believe most men are scared to marry for simple reasons. They fear being tricked out of dowry money, losing their house, or giving their all only to end up with nothing. But what about women? They worry about getting a small dowry, not having their name on the house, or not getting half the assets in a divorce. Can't you work hard yourself? You ask men for security, but where's the security for men? Is there a single woman online who dares to tell me? I'll tell you, your security comes from working hard to improve yourself and become better. You have no right to take everything from a man.
In this clip, a guy slams men's fear of marriage, accusing women of demanding dowries and assets while offering no security in return. Men, you've been fleeced. She expects you to surrender everything while she risks nothing. Why marry a leech who sees you as a payout? Think that's bold? The next clip's a defiant stance.
Wake up, Chinese men are now embracing retaliatory singledom to teach the marriage market a lesson. I checked the data from the 7th National Census. There are over 30 million more single men than women. The ratio of unmarried men to women is 13:9, and in rural areas, it's 13:2 for older singles. What does this mean? Some say the current marriage market is like a scam in northern Myanmar. Spend 3,000 yuan dating, and you won't get a kind word from your partner. Spend 3,000 yuan on your parents, and they'll be moved to tears. At its core, this is a trust crisis between men and women. Our generation seems stuck in a state of emotional repression. Everyone has a need and desire to love and be loved, but no one believes they'll meet someone genuine anymore. So, people give up and stop trying. And guess what? Life gets better. Earning 5,000 to 6,000 yuan a month, you can still save money. Everyone thinks dating is high risk, low reward. But honestly, even without dating, life has risks: failed startups, job loss, getting scammed while shopping. Risks are everywhere. All we can do is improve our ability to handle them. In relationships, that means sharpening your judgment, learning to manage intimacy, and protecting yourself. As the saying goes, extremes lead to reversal. Love is a fundamental human need and instinct. Instead of suppressing it, improve yourself, embrace it, and give your life a bit more happiness.
In this clip, a woman claims men are embracing retaliatory singledom, ditching dating due to a scam-like marriage market and broken trust. Men, you're fed up. She treats you like a sucker, draining your cash for zero loyalty. Why play a game rigged to rob you? Brace yourself, the next video's a bitter pill.
Why is it hard for older women to date? Because they often think they're already accomplished and earning well, so why shouldn't they aim for someone even better? Men, on the other hand, think, if I date someone like you don't have enough money for me to spend. What's the point? Men think, I could date a 20-year-old. Sure, she's not as wealthy, but I'd spend money on her anyway. With you, I'd have to spend even more because your lifestyle is already expensive. Your excellence doesn't benefit me. Most men don't care about your conditions, they care about your parents' conditions. If you're an only daughter, your family's resources and platform tilt toward you. But a successful woman's achievements often only serve herself, not the man. So, attractive, high-achieving older women with careers are often tough to match. Men think you don't offer resources or a platform, and your personality might not even be great. Why should I keep putting up with you? This is a key reason why older women struggle to find partners.
In this clip, a woman explains why older single women struggle to date, saying men find their success useless and prefer younger women with family resources. Men, you've dodged these types. She flaunts her status but expects you to bankroll her pricey life. Why pick someone who brings only demands? Think that's cold? The next clip's a regretful wail.
I'm one of those women brainwashed into believing women must be independent and rely on themselves. I relied on myself until I was 35, and what did I get? An unstable job, no house, no car, and still unmarried. I'm alone, unable to achieve anything. I fell for that brainwashing nonsense about relying on yourself. How many women actually succeed by relying solely on themselves? If you come from a wealthy family, fine. But my family is rural, my parents have nothing but a couple of sheep. Can I raise them? We have barely any land, and I don't know how to farm. I listened to that brainwashing about independence and got nothing. Now I'm too old to compete with younger women. Before, I could easily find a job. Now, at 35, where do I even look? I'm going crazy. This is the path I chose for myself. For ordinary women with no family wealth or special talents, marry early. Who cares who you rely on? As long as you're happy. Relying on yourself is exhausting, and you gain nothing. You end up alone with no income, pretty miserable. Society won't care about you because you chose this path. You don't contribute to society, don't have kids, don't support the nation's aging population. You're a burden. What's your use? I regret not marrying earlier. Ordinary women with no great abilities see others living glamorous lives. They say having kids is tiring, but look at them eating well, traveling, buying nice things. How many are like me? Too miserable. Some women are getting desperate. I posted a video yesterday.
In this clip, a 35-year-old woman regrets buying into independence, left jobless and single with no support, urging ordinary women to marry early. Men, you've seen this crash. She bet on herself, now wants you to salvage her ruins. Why fix her self-inflicted mess? Ready for a foreign jab? The next video's a zinger.
I said, guys, if you get the chance, date a Japanese girl. Some women commented below, saying Chinese men can't even find wives in China. Yet they dream of Japanese girlfriends. They trash-talk Chinese men, saying they're no good. Let's be real. Do you know why the country hasn't opened up to international marriages? Once it does, all these single women will have no men left to choose from. That's the reality. Think about it. Some women don't do housework, don't earn money, have nothing, and expect men to provide everything. They demand gifts, surprises, and emotional value for every holiday. Once the market opens up, what can you demand? Nothing. Foreign men, especially Western ones, won't indulge you. Ask for a 380,000 yuan dowry? In the Netherlands, a guy got sent to prison for that. Seen that news? Marriage scams? Dream on. Foreign men won't put up with it. Only Chinese men are patient, brainwashed for years to be responsible, to treat women well, to be reliable and family-oriented. You should be thrilled to find a Chinese man. Do you know how many women from Europe, America, Korea, Japan, Vietnam want Chinese husbands? They're easy to convince, reliable, and hand over their money without fuss. You women should count your blessings, yet you're whining in my comments. I'm telling you, just wait.
In this clip, a guy pushes men to date foreign women, blasting local single women for demanding gifts and dowries while offering nothing. Men, you've faced this greed. She wants your money, not your heart, unlike others who respect your effort. Why settle for a raw deal? Think that's hot? The next clip's a grim warning.
I'm 36, never married, no kids. I want to tell all the young girls out there, if you meet a suitable guy, marry him early. At a certain age, you'll realize all the good, eligible men have already been taken. Don't believe that if you work hard enough, you'll meet someone great. Don't think that if you dress up, make money, buy a car or house, you'll find a quality guy. That's wishful thinking. Investing in yourself won't guarantee you meet the right, outstanding man. At 25, I got into grad school. I thought if I worked hard, earned money, bought a car and house, I'd be exceptional. But now, finding even a remotely normal guy is incredibly hard. You'll likely end up raising someone else's kids or being a stepmom. It's not that you can't marry, it's that your options are extremely limited. Most decent guys are married before 30. You're left with older bachelors from rural areas, men too poor to marry, or divorced guys with kids. Isn't that kind of sad? So, my advice, if you meet someone suitable when you're young, marry them.
In this clip, a 36-year-old woman advises young women to marry early, warning that waiting leaves only undesirable men. Men, you've been snubbed. She skipped you in her youth, now blames you for her lousy options. Why marry someone who only cares when she's desperate? Think that's real? The next clip's a vicious takedown.
I don't sympathize with older single women. Strictly speaking, I don't sympathize with anyone. With compassion, everyone seems pitiable. With a cause and effect view, no one is. It's all karma. I've seen the logic of older single women, it's maddening. They say, my standards aren't high, I just want someone like TV star. I'm not in a rush to marry, I don't even want to go on blind dates. Earning 3,000 yuan a month, they spend 1,200 on luxury skincare, 700 on lipstick, preaching that women should treat themselves well. Their credit cards are maxed out monthly, yet they spout online wisdom. They struggle to pay off their cards but scoff at frugal, family-oriented women, calling them foolish for sacrificing for husbands and families. They're selfish, yet dream of romance while feeling misunderstood. Honestly, they don't even know what they want. Their ideas are contradictory, just following whatever's trending online. Back when the internet wasn't so big, I thought these were isolated cases. Now, it's a whole group, like they're in a cult, all thinking and talking the same way. I've met only a couple of these women in real life, and I couldn't stand them. 100 million single women, what a concept. History is a cycle. Extremes reverse. Soon, marriage views will normalize, but these women will miss their chance. They'll probably turn to Buddhism, only Buddha can save them. History is full of tragedies, each era with its own.
In this clip, a woman mocks older single women as selfish and delusional, blowing cash on luxury while chasing impossible romance. Men, you've met these disasters, expecting you to fund their chaos while they laugh at your steadiness. Why jump into their sinking ship? Think that's savage? The next clip's a sneaky trap.
Don't worry, there are over 30 million single men out there, so women don't need to fear not getting married. I heard this from a female relationship influencer, and the comment section was full of women agreeing. But let me say, many women don't even know how they're setting themselves up for failure. Society is killing with praise, hyping up ordinary women as fairies with beauty and depth, saying no one is worthy of them. They tell you not to settle, to wait for your Prince Charming. But ladies, no matter how stunning you are at 25, by 30, you're fighting a losing battle. By 35, most women are in rough shape. That's nature's power. You can splurge on skincare, heavy makeup, or minor cosmetic procedures, but in person, can you outshine a 25-year-old with no makeup? I'd bet against you. Dating isn't online. You have to meet in person. I've seen too many 30 or 40-something plastic monsters. Men might hook up with them, but marry? No way. Those faces full of fillers feel like they're evolving into silicon-based life forms. After 30, you notice the charming, successful guys who chased you are gone, replaced by greasy older men or divorcees. Why? Because you've aged. Your looks and fertility value plummet, and younger women are entering the market. This is the danger of killing with praise. It makes you think your prospects are endless, so you miss the best window for marriage. Add consumerism's brainwashing, and it's a death blow. Unscrupulous friends and influencers tell you to treat yourself, but what's investment? Buying a 2 million yuan house that appreciates to 2.5 million in 5 years, that's investment. Buying a 300,000 yuan bond that grows to 350,000, that's investment. But consumerism pushes you to buy 20,000 yuan bags, 500 yuan masks, 800 yuan lipsticks, or 2,000 yuan curling irons. 5 years later, you're left with a closet of barely used, tax-on-stupidity products and tens of thousands in debt. I'm speaking from experience. For ordinary women, post-30, the quality of marriage prospects drops sharply unless you're exceptionally beautiful or from a wealthy family. Those influencers won't tell you this. They say, don't stress older women, that's just PUA. Women at 30 are in their prime. Good women never struggle to marry. Invest in yourself. Follow me, and I'll teach you how to make a man spend 180,000 on you in 3 sentences. When they're out of arguments, they fall back on, there are 30 million single men. How could women not find a husband?
In this clip, a guy warns that society's killing with praise, hyping women as perfect while their marriage prospects fade with age and debt. Men, you've seen this con. She's fed lies about endless choices, then expects you to take her baggage. Why settle for someone blinded by her own hype? Ready for a fresh rival? The next video's a shakeup.
Older single women are in crisis, like the sky's falling. Who would have thought the marriage market would see a new force out of nowhere? Rebellious young women. Sounds absurd? Hear me out. What's the stereotype of these women? Jobless, dyed hair, tattoos, smoking, drinking, that's the surface. Look deeper. They're tough on the outside but soft and love-starved inside. Treat them well, and they'll be fiercely loyal, sticking by you no matter what. They don't care if you're poor or unattractive. A small gesture, like a milk tea or a cupcake, makes them happy for days, posting gratefully on social media. Buy them a cheap outfit, and they'll haggle to save 10 yuan. Talk about frugal. Sure, they have flaws. Who doesn't? But think. Do you want a woman who's had her fun, settled down, and is devoted to you, or one who's inexperienced, restless, and easily tempted? Now, compare that to older single women. Netizens sum them up in 3 points. They choose chasing a partner's money over finding a partner or making their own. Age is the least of their issues when you get to know them. A good dish doesn't stay on the table. Think about it. The conclusion is clear. Rebellious young women are great for dating and marriage. Guys, go for it. Everyone who's tried says it's worth it. There's one catch. Your competition is rebellious young guys. But here's a bold idea. Pair those guys with older single women and everyone's happy.
In this clip, a guy praises rebellious young women as loyal and low maintenance, saying they outshine greedy older single women. Men, you've felt this difference. She's grateful for small acts, unlike older types who bleed you dry. Why chase a diva when simpler options shine? Think that's new? The next clip's a global clash.
Blonde, blue-eyed foreign women are taking over China's matchmaking corners. The first to lose it? Local older single women. Recently, matchmaking corners in major cities have seen an influx of young women from Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, holding signs like "No dowry, just a Chinese man." At Beijing's Zhongshan Park, a 2000-born Russian beauty, a Peking University master's student with 2 villas and a farm back home, was seeking a reliable Chinese boyfriend, dowry-free. In Chengdu, another Russian woman with a house and car asked for a symbolic 8,800 yuan dowry. These foreign white, rich, beautiful women have shaken up the marriage market. They're highly educated, attractive, well-off, multilingual, and adapted to Chinese culture. Most don't demand dowries, just a dependable, wife-loving partner. Chinese men and their parents are thrilled. At Shanghai's People's Park, a mom looking for a wife for her son said local women demand cars, houses, and 380,000 yuan dowries, while foreign women, younger and better, ask for nothing. Naturally, they prefer them. But local single women are panicking. Search social media, and you'll see calls for foreign women to get out of China's marriage market, accusing them of disrupting fairness or blaming Chinese men for being unworthy and hoping foreign women will rescue them. Yet cross-border marriages are booming. To Chinese men, foreign women are young, 20 to 25, often with master's or doctoral degrees, and have minimal demands, no car or house required, just reliability. Some even bring their own dowry. To foreign women, Chinese men are filial, family-oriented, and famously doting husbands, lacking the chauvinism of some cultures or violent tendencies of others. They're seen as top-tier men, worth marrying even with a dowry. Compare that to China's warped marriage market. In 2024, only 6.106 million couples married, half of a decade ago. Birth rates are plummeting, with fewer than 10 million newborns since 2022. Over 30 million men can't find partners, partly because local single women, hyped up by consumerism, demand men earn money, provide emotional value, and offer hefty dowries and fully paid homes, regardless of their own status. They can't fathom why foreign women don't demand these things. They think with more single men than women, they hold the power to demand more. But they miss that some men are opting out of marriage altogether, while others are choosing cross-border unions. The matchmaking gender ratio is now a shocking 150, with single women the anxious ones. Still, cross-border marriages remain niche. The real barriers to marriage are sky-high housing costs, rising living expenses, and an uncertain future. Until these are addressed, China's marriage market will stay distorted.
In this clip, a woman freaks out over foreign women hitting the marriage market, offering beauty and wealth without dowry demands, outclassing local single women. Men, you've seen the gap. She values your character, not just your cash, unlike locals who exploit you. Why stick with greed when better deals exist? Think that's intense? The next clip's a personal collapse.
I'm only 32, but it feels like my life is over. I don't want to dress up, socialize, or even leave the house. Last night I kept thinking, when did I become like this? The root cause is that I always thought by this age I'd have a solid career, decent savings, maybe a car and a house. But I don't even have a stable job. The stark contrast between my expectations and reality makes me doubt myself constantly, trapping me in a cycle of self-criticism. It's getting worse and I feel powerless to change it. I wondered if the real issue is money, but even rich people have anxiety and problems. After much thought, I realized the fastest way for ordinary people to escape anxiety is to accept their ordinariness. Forgive your past, your plainness, and the times you can't find work. Take a break without being too hard on yourself. In today's world, it's not just you. Many are dissatisfied with their lives. So forgive yourself. Tell yourself the situation isn't entirely your fault. It's due to factors beyond your control. What can you do? Stay healthy, meet your basic needs, and avoid debt. That's already a great achievement. Don't overthink the rest, it won't help.
In this clip, a 32-year-old woman admits feeling broken, jobless, and isolated, blaming her high expectations for her despair. Men, you've carried this load. She expects you to be her hero while you're barely surviving. Why shoulder her failures when you're fighting your own? Guys, what's your take? Drop a comment and let's keep this fire going.